The ERSCA preview show. I'm Emily Harlan, joined by Johnny, David, and Mike. We have a really fun show for you guys here today. A couple drivers are going to jump on. We're going to do some interviews and just kind of talk about what's been going on in the off season and what we can expect to see in this coming ERSCA season. So how about we just kind of go around and everyone just says hi. Johnny, I'll start with you.
What's up, guys? Johnny Thomas, the guy that runs ERSCA. There's a lot of other people that run it, but I'm the main guy. And we're doing this preview show to kind of introduce the paint schemes, introduce the new guys, the old guys that have been around for a while, and get to talk to all you guys. Emily, you've had an awesome little stunt with ERSCA last year, and we hope you enjoyed it. David, you're coming back this year to be a broadcaster, and Mike being a supporter of ERSCA since we started. I really appreciate it. But it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a cool deal.
Yeah, awesome. David, how about you go say hi to all the people?
I apologize for not having a camera, but I'm David. I'll be the voice of ERSCA this year. In the off season, Johnny and I were running teammates in another league on Thursday nights. So I've been able to race with Johnny and spend a bunch of time with him, and we've gotten to get really excited about this ERSCA season with these new cars and just anticipating this season. It's going to be fun, and I've enjoyed my time off, but I'm ready to get back at it.
Awesome. All right. And last but not least, hey, Mike.
How's it going? I appreciate being a part again, and it's a lot nicer having Emily a part rather than looking at Johnny and the rest of the idiots. So
come on, Mike.
No, just appreciate again. I always go back. Johnny and I go back and forth. He kind of just reached out to us a couple of years ago on a whim, and kind of when COVID started, and ever since then we've kind of been running with him. It's been a great opportunity. Just really excited to see. Really excited for everybody to see what Johnny's got lined up this year. So that's what's really cool. It's not going to be your normal iRacing series. So really excited to be a part of that this year.
Yeah, awesome. Nothing normal about this year.
Johnny, can you tell us just like a little preview? Like what is this? What are you talking about? Because I don't know this of what's going on.
This was a big jump that we made. It was kind of daunting. We decided to kind of switch it up this year. We didn't want to go, the NASCAR route where we either do like an Xfinity car or a Cup car or a truck. We decided to go to the old COT cars. And it's been, the first part of making this jump to the COT has been rough. We had to build our own setups. We had to kind of see what this car could still do because it's been out of the service for 8-9 years now. But these things they're a beast. They're fast. They're super, super hard to drive. They're not the funnest cars to drive, but they put on a good show. And that's what we're here to do, is put on good show. Produce good content, and this COT is going to do that. It's going to be hard. I know David's going to get more into that as well. You're going to see a lot of guys that were really successful last year and the year before not do too hot this year, just because of how hard these cars are to drive. David made a good point on Twitter that I saw, and what did you say, David? It's going to be a confidence killer. And it's definitely going to be a confidence killer for some of these guys when they've been so used to driving, in my opinion, easy race cars. And this is not an easy car to drive. So we're going to have 50, 60 guys trying to go at it. And it'll be a show. I don't know if it'll be a good show, if it's going to be a bad show. It's going to be a show. So it's always a good show. That's awesome. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, it seems like we have a couple of the drivers that we're going to chat with as well. So we could talk to them about that and their expectations. Do we want to bring somebody in right now?
Sure, let's do it.
Timeline.
Yeah, I think we can just go through the order. I think Matthew and Seth is here, so we can bring Matt on.
Perfect. Yeah, let's bring in Matthew. Hi.
Hi.
What's up, Matt?
How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Awesome.
Thanks for joining us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah. We just kind of want to chat with you quickly, talk to you about what you've been doing in the off season and also what you're looking forward to in this upcoming ERSCA season. So before I guess we jump into this upcoming season, let's talk about your off season. What have you been up to?
Moved from Texas to Ohio for school. That was fun.
Wow.
Okay. Oh man, I feel bad for you.
Everyone tries to move away from Ohio.
Yeah, you guys are neighbors now.
You're
This is
moving
great.
in.
I know.
What
Yeah.
You
school?
can hang out.
Who said what? Somebody say
What
what
school?
school?
Yeah.
UNOH.
Good for
Northern
you.
Ohio.
Nice. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
right
Bye,
down
Mike.
the road from me.
Yep. More recently, I've actually gotten to work on an ARCA team, work for Fast Track, and they're having me and one of my roommates on with them for pretty much the whole ARCA season. So that's
That's
like
awesome.
super exciting. No, it's been a pretty good off season from ERSCA.
Good.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
How's that going to impact you racing this year?
Uh-oh.
Well, ERSCA's Monday nights, and because ARCA races and events tend to be earlier in the weekend, shouldn't impact it. I might miss some practices for longer drives, having to leave Thursday afternoon, but it all works together pretty nicely.
Awesome. And just before we get to the guys talking about this upcoming season, I'm just curious what was your impression from last season? Like how you thought you did kind of after the end of the season, what was your kind of impression of everything?
I was happy with it. I wanted to establish just being clean and being consistent. I knew that my pace in those B cars wasn't going to be the pace that wins championships, but I knew I was good enough to get by pretty well. I accomplished completing the most laps, which for me was kind of a personal, like, okay, we were consistent, only had like one top 5, and that was Daytona Road, but we limited bad finishes. And I think that's what was really nice for me. I didn't really have many finishes worse than 20th. So, I mean, obviously you want to get in the win column and you want to have better statistics, but knowing personally, overcoming the adversity to still kind of stay in that mid-pack battle in terms of the chase drivers, I felt pretty good about it.
Awesome.
Yeah, Matt, when I was looking through the stats from last year, I was trying to kind of get a good base on who's going to be successful this year in the COT because nobody's ever driven this car, so nobody knows who's going to be good,
Right.
who's going to be bad. So one of the things I looked at is guys that stayed out of trouble last year, guys that ran all the laps, and your name, like you said, was the first name that popped up that ran the most laps last year. I think you are, one of those 10 drivers that could be successful in those COTs just because it seems like you've stayed clean, and that's the number one thing I've noticed with these things is you got to stay off the wall, you got to stay off of other people, and I think you're one of the guys that can do that.
Yeah, and in those test races that we've been having, like, it's not impossible. Like, there was a lot of really fun side-by-side battling and getting real close, but these things they're a little bit more raceable than I think people realize. They're out of control and you're racing the track, but it's very possible to keep it clean and still put on a good close battle. So, I mean, I'm definitely hoping to keep that up and maybe even break into the win column above anything else.
For sure. Good to see you in victory lane. It would be.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
How many of the preseason practices have you been able to attend, and what is your opinion of the COT car so far?
I was able to do 3. I've been to Atlanta, Richmond, and Michigan. I didn't go to the Daytona one, but I'll be able to be at the one tomorrow. My impression of it is, I guess it makes the Xfinity car that we raced feel a lot more numb. Like, it was kind of hard for me to tell. I mean, maybe it's just me. I couldn't really tell entirely what I was doing in terms of how it affected the tire wear, because I really struggled with long run speed in that. But with the COT, I can almost directly tell, like, every little thing that I do, exactly what it does to how it drives, everything that happens throughout the corner. And I can know really well, like, yep, I just killed the right front. So I had plenty of those moments where you just throw it in too hard and you can hear the tires screaming for their lives. And I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot more on the driver than there was last year, a lot more room for mistakes. But in that way, it's more exciting because everybody's on the edge. It's more fun to watch, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's a good point that you made, Matt. And that's what I was trying to do is I feel like, every time we race, whether it be ERSCA, any of the leagues that we do, I mean, everybody that is joining ERSCA is in tons and tons of leagues, and they all run the NASCAR cars. And I feel like and even in real life, that the driver's kind of taken out of this. It's 60% car, 40, maybe even 30% driver. With the COT, you solely base everything you're doing. Like, everything that you do impacts your race, and it's not like that in other series. And the COT it puts it more on the driver. That's it. Like if you're struggling, it's on you. You can't pinpoint it on somebody else. You can't pinpoint it on the car in front of you, causing dirty air. I mean, it's you that's making those moves that's determining if you have success or not.
I got one more for you, Bayuk, and it's just more freedom for you to talk. But talk about how your team is kind of opening up. I know you guys have added some people, and Shift Esports is looking to compete for the championship with at least you and your teammates. So just run us through what your guys' expectations are for this year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big operation. I mean, we really started with Shift a good while ago and didn't really do a whole lot with it. But as the ERSCA offseason moved on, we were like, we kind of got to get going, and we started to do driver searching, getting paint schemes set up, trying to find sponsorship. Haven't been too successful yet, but it's a work in progress. As far as the team, we just had Nick and I last year, and Nick, barring some unfortunate luck, probably would have made the chase too. He was really fast, faster than I was really. And we're bringing Seth and Dallas in this year, and Seth is pretty decent in anything he races in, and he's going to be able to practice and put in the work. And Dallas is probably going to work harder than most other people in the league. Dallas is a workhorse when it comes to practicing. So I think all four of the drivers that we have this season are capable of winning, and I think we're going to see that. It's going to be a lot of fun because you're going to have some tracks where somebody could run third, and the next race they could run 23rd. So if one race doesn't go well for one of us, we could just win. I mean, it's not like that easy, but I'm really confident in all four of the guys that we have.
That's awesome. And what race are you personally most excited about, if you have one?
Wow. Atlanta. Definitely Atlanta.
Probably the hardest one on the schedule so far we've been at.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was really, really tail happy on the straights, and I know that y'all cleaned some of that up, but it was stupid fun. How the speed difference going into turn one and in the middle of the corner and fighting the car off the corner, like it's a ton of fun. I cannot wait to go there.
Yeah, we just wanted to let you know. I mean, it was media day today, so everybody released their paint schemes. Your guys' paint schemes have been awesome for Shift, and that's a good counterpart. I think who was it that made your paint schemes? Who created them?
Seth Ross with
that's right.
SR Design.
Yeah, Seth's going to be coming on here shortly, so that was really cool. And Matt, we wish you the best of luck. We'll be talking to you coming up. We got Speed Weeks. That is another thing we got coming up Monday, tomorrow. Is Daytona preseason testing. So 3 hours of testing for you guys.
I'm ready. I got a little goosebumps. I'm excited.
Oh, awesome. Cool. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck this season. Can't wait to see how you do out there.
Absolutely. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Matt. All right. Well, let's bring on, I think next in line is Seth Ross. He is a driver and painter for ERSCA. So we're going to bring him on. If ever I can do this. Let's see. All righty.
Hey, Seth, are you there?
Hello.
How's it going today?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good, thank you. Thanks for joining us. We kind of want to talk to you about just upcoming season, kind of what you're looking forward to. I heard you're a driver and Johnny, what did you say? And also a designer of the cars? Is this right?
And a designer and a sponsor of ERSCA as well. He's Seth's doing a lot of he's actually doing one race as a sponsor for his designing company.
Oh, yep. Awesome. Okay, cool.
Man of many titles.
Yes, we want to hear about all of it, Seth.
Yes, super excited. Last season I was on the sidelines cheering my team on with Matthew and Nick. But I think once the COT announcement came out, I was like, I got to try it. So going all in with the driver, with the shift stuff, as Matthew touched on earlier, going all in with that. And then my design company, might as well sponsor a race too. I think I'm sponsoring Dover, right? You said, Johnny?
Correct,
so, yeah.
Yep.
So I'll sponsor the Monster Mile. I'll have a cool logo for that. Maybe I'll do an incentive for a free paint scheme, whoever wins that. So we'll work on that as it comes up shorter in the season.
That's awesome.
I got one for you, Seth. What's your idea for making these paint schemes to try to stand out? And was it your call to go with Dodge, or who's wanting to run the Dodges this year? Because that's my favorite manufacturer.
Yeah,
so.
right. I think all of us really wanted to do the Dodges. It's just a cool car. Like the Dodge Charger, you look at that thing in the rearview mirror, you're gonna be scared. So the whole team was on board with that decision. With thinking paint schemes, I kind of just go with what I'm feeling. I know for my car, I usually run a Volt Yellow. It's kind of my thing. It's like a kind of mean green, I like to call it. When I kind of usually incorporate my logo, my S and the R. But with other cars, Matthew wanted more of a simple design, so simple with his car. Nick, he wanted to go all out, but I went all out with the graphics, but kept the colors simple. And Dallas, I just had fun with it. Kind of had a fun time with those colors, the light blue and the black. So they all came out really good, in my opinion, I think.
It's cool to get in the mind of a painter and kind of get the idea of what we're coming out to see. I know the next guy up in after you, Damian Leininger, is also going to be running that kind of neon yellow Dodge. So you guys might have to have a battle for neon yellow Dodge supremacy.
I'm down.
Now, Seth, one of the cool things I don't think a lot of people know is you have designed real-life race cars, haven't you?
No real-life race cars. I've worked with real-life drivers. I did a logo for a couple dirt drivers out in Pennsylvania. No real-life cars yet. Okay. I'll say yet. Hopefully this summer.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll get there.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Well, we appreciate you having you on, Seth. And like I said, you're going to be sponsoring the Dover race, which is going to be interesting.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing a lot of laps there with just a couple guys running laps, and Dover is definitely an interesting racetrack. But like I said, it's going to put on a show.
Very excited to say the least. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for joining us, Seth. Good luck this season.
Thank you very much. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you. Well, before I know, David, you mentioned Damien that's joining us. I'm actually going to bring in Dakota from Chairgaten up first because I know he wanted to get on at around 9:15, 9:20. So we're going to bring him on.
You bamboozled me, Johnny.
I apologize about that. We're bringing on Dakota though. So, and then Mike, I got a question. I'm trying to highlight these comments going across the screen. I can't do it.
You should be able to just hover over it. And then it should let you
Oh, look at that.
Look at this.
There you go. There you go.
All right, we're going to bring on Dakota right now. Dakota's the host of Chairgaten with Rattlesnake. And there he is.
Hi.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
What's up, man?
Yes.
I just want to make sure everything's working. I moved all my stuff around. What up, y'all? I've been listening. Everything's been going good. I can't wait to see this season kick off for y'all. I've seen some of them schemes on Twitter, and I mean, they're looking good.
Been pretty good.
A good friend of the show, friend of Johnny's. Maybe we can get 750 Truther back. How's he feel these days? I don't know. 670 Truther?
I think he's a little bit better than what he was last season. I think he's a little bit happier. But you never know. He might come around.
Hey. Yeah, but we got season 4 of Chairgaten starting off here in about 2 weeks. It's gonna get wild right before the Clash. Me and Rattlesnake, we're gonna get a little rowdy. I think he's on an airplane right now, so he couldn't join us tonight. But I hope I suffice for substituting in. But yeah, guys, ERSCA. I mean, sounds like this is gonna be like one of y'all's biggest seasons. What cars did y'all go with?
Going those old COTs. Remember that, Dakota?
Like what year?
It'd be 2010 through
12.
When they redid the splitter.
Yep. Yeah.
Splitter on it.
Okay.
Without the brackets.
That was a good year. Those are gonna look good. I mean, this is gonna be awesome. How's that feel in iRacing? Like you can tell the car's different.
Yeah, it's a completely different. It's nothing that anybody's ever driven on iRacing before. It's a beast. Just for an example, it's you go into Atlanta. And you go down to the corner, it's about 194 entering the corner. Yeah. In the middle of the middle 1 and 2, middle 3 and 4, you're down to 140 mile an hour. So that speed difference is something that we've never felt before in an iRacing car.
Are they talking about? Or I'm totally iRacing ignorant, but the new Atlanta surface, are they going to have that on there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot!
Right, David? They should have it on, right?
Well, we shouldn't use it. That's for sure.
We're not using it. But
okay.
They are going to have it on iRacing.
That's right.
The real life Atlanta is going to be really fun. The way it drives is really interesting to me. I think Lutz and Damien will probably be the best to ask about that as they come up next. But the way it's driven to me is that it's super, super tight in the center of the corner. Like it just pushes a ton. And then right when you exit, it starts to break loose. And so you either have to pick of, getting tight or, letting off the throttle to go down the straightaway. And that's just risky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
man.
old asphalt's a good Atlanta right there.
How many races is Chairgating getting?
Well, I was just going to mention this. I don't know if Rattlesnake told you guys got 4 races this year, and I'll rattle them off here. You got Rockingham, which is the second race of the season.
Beautiful.
Then you go to Richmond, the first Richmond race. We got 2 Richmonds.
Heck yeah.
Then we go down. Rattlesnake wanted that July 4th race at Daytona. I think it's in end of June.
Appropriate.
So that's going to be a good one. And then the second Atlanta, it's during the chase.
Man, that's like me and Rattlesnake all right there, dude. Those are the races and tracks we love. It sounds like it's meant to be.
Yeah. So what I'm planning on doing. I don't know if you guys are down for it, but I'm trying to get you and Rattlesnake in the booth for one of those races you guys sponsor.
Dude, that'd be fun, but I'd probably only know you.
That's what's gonna make it. Is you guys have no clue any of these people, and you guys are gonna broadcast.
We need to
the race.
figure out. I want to do one of them. Gentlemen, start your engines. We
can do it during that broadcast.
All right, we tried it last season. It never worked.
We have an awesome staff here this year, just like we did last year. But we'll get you on and get you that command.
Well, hopefully we get it all worked out.
It'll be fun. And when you guys starting Chairgating? When's the premiere of the season?
January 24th. I've had to pull his arm and get after him about it, but he's been moving and stuff. We're gonna get everything going. I got a whole new little studio we're doing, and we're gonna kick it off right before everything gets going. This NASCAR season's gonna be nuts.
It definitely will be. It's kicking off here soon at the Clash.
Yeah, I don't even know what to expect for that. Are y'all doing any sort of like preseason clash or anything?
Our Clash is very old school. We're running at Daytona, 30 lapper, no segments.
Respect.
Winner gets $50. So
hey,
should be a fun one.
DoorDash is something.
That's right.
Winner gets DoorDash. But yeah, man, that's gonna be awesome. I look forward to watching it.
Well, we look forward to seeing the new season of Chairgate. Hopefully, I get to join one of those episodes.
Hey, we'll have you on, and then we'll have the truth. We'll find the truth and get him.
That's right. Yeah, he'll come back. He'll come back.
Hey.
And Chairgating is a part of the Belly Up Sports podcast network as well.
Check out Belly Up Sports. Check out Chairgating. Check out ERSCA. Everything you can, sports related, but mainly NASCAR. That's what we're doing.
I was gonna tell you, Johnny, before we let him loose real quick, he's got those Yeats glasses on. I believe Dakota was the one that actually started the whole Yeats relationship with everybody.
Yeah. I kind of threw it out there.
And then we reached out to them. And so they'll have a prize for one of the races this year too. So it's kind of cool.
That's right. Yeah. At Lucas Oil, we're gonna have the Yeats 200, where the winner's gonna get a little prize package. And I mean, Dakota, for you bringing on Yeats and then in turn bringing into ERSCA and my cars that I run in other leagues, it's been awesome. And they're such a cool little
Yeats paint scheme last season.
Yeah, and we're bringing it back this year too. So
great team, yeah.
Proud Yeats, brother.
It's gonna be cool. Well, we appreciate you having you on here, Dakota, and take care.
All right.
We'll see you.
It was an honor. Johnny, I'll holler at you. It was good meeting y'all. Y'all have a good episode.
Bye.
See ya.
Later, man. Now we're gonna bring on Damien. He had to wait. There's Damien right here.
Bye.
There he is.
Hey.
Boo.
Whoa, this little mixed reaction.
Boo.
We're gonna bring Lutz in here too.
Yeah, you should.
Are we bringing both in? Yeah, we can bring both in.
It'll be more fun that way.
Oh yeah, we've been.
It's like a bromance.
We've been talking to each other on the backside.
Oh boy, you gotta bring in both of them.
Oh yeah. Look at him.
There's Lutz. There's the 2021 champion right there.
Not Damien,
How's
to
it
be
going,
clear.
guys?
Oh,
Yeah, not me.
Not Damien.
I'm the 2020 Rex champion.
You drove the 12 car. The
Let's
12
see.
car was cursed.
Yeah.
So you had the most incidents here.
Yeah.
While Johnny's looking that up, talk to me about what you guys have been doing in the off season. What's been going on?
I've really just been doing a lot of just iRacing in general. Still running some
Take a break,
official
Damien.
stuff. Oh no, gotta practice makes perfect, right? I really been struggling the past couple years, so I've got with Lutz and started wanting to run some more officials and just kind of learn what he has, he can teach me as much and about the car. And then this new car, it's going to be a beast anyway. So you're going to have to know how to, save tires some. You're going to have to know what the car feels like out of control. And, there's no better one to know that than Ryan.
Do you have your own shirt, Damien?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's not
want to try hard.
Hey,
I love that.
Local racing when I used to race here at my local track. So I actually had the fast sweater on. I think it's right over there, but Dakota had it on before me, so I had to take it off because it wouldn't wear it back to back. So
amazing. I love it. Ryan, what about you? What have you been up to?
Just really running some official stuff with Damien, just trying to work on the iRating, and hopefully we'll give Road to Pro a series shot this year, and hopefully we can make it a contender series and see what we can do from there.
Awesome. What just like thoughts on how last season went for both of you?
Let's did terrible.
Yeah.
Damien,
I know what your answer is.
Good news.
No, go ahead.
My team's doing good. I thought we had a lot of speed all year long. I thought the chase was great. We didn't really have a bad race all chase, and that's what the goal was going in. And I know we had some wreck cars middle of the season there, but it was once we got to the playoffs, we definitely started gelling with all of our teammates, and we had really good speed every race and just capitalized on every stage and every point you could possibly get.
Awesome. Damien, what about you?
Yeah, my season was a struggle last year. I had some good races, but really, if something could go wrong, I found a way to make it go wrong. Either wrecking myself or being in the wrong place, wrong time for something. Wrecking teammates, even. Yeah, I cleared him at Michigan. I had to hear about that one for the rest of the season, but
you're still hearing about it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I even got on the box. Even got on the box and helped him win a race or two, and still had to hear about it afterwards. I was like, "Hey, remember when I helped you win Auto Club?" He's like, "I remember when you wrecked me at Michigan." Like,
yeah,
what are we gonna do here? So last year was a struggle, and it's just it's good to have the break. I'm only going to go down to one full-time iRacing league this year, so it allows me to focus a little bit more on this. Beforehand, I was doing like 5 or 6 nights of iRacing, so it was just burning myself out on it.
That's a lot.
And even on Monday, we were doing a race beforehand, and then we jump over with like 5 or 10 minutes of practice left.
Right.
And then you're trying to accustom to a different, the same car, but a different track and everything. So that was a struggle. So this year, hopefully it's with the car, especially, hopefully it puts the driver's hands a little bit more, and that, I can have a better season.
I have a question for you two. With this new COT car, is it going to separate the field more, or is it going to bring it together as far as the talent wise? Are you going to see guys that, in the last couple years, the past years, have had success? Are they not going to be as good? Are you going to see a couple newbies come in there and be a surprise, or is it going to be the same guys up front?
Well, I think it's definitely, there's going to be the difference. The real difference is going to be who can adjust to this tire model, because this tire model is a tire model that hasn't been updated in a very long time. And it's unlike anything that is on the cars that we race now in general. So a lot of the people that are either good at really saving tires now, you're not going to be able to do that as much or the same way as you do in, any of the modern cup stuff or even anything in the cars that are updated nowadays. So it's going to be, there's going to be a learning curve for sure. And, if you don't put in a lot of practice and you don't have a great feel for the car, there's going to be a lot of struggle, especially early on in the season. And probably that back half of the field, even anyone can be back there, but that back half of the field is probably going to struggle to figure out how to pass. There might be a lot of wrecks early on because of that. And it'll probably keep the field closer together, because I'm not sure we're going to have the sustained long runs enough to really spread the field out.
You guys notice Mike's been frozen for the last
about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I've been wondering. Damn.
Maybe we should check on him,
I know. Is he all right?
Flick him a little bit or something.
Yeah, Mike, blink twice if you need help.
He is a Lions fan, so he'll be blinking.
Wow, that was rough. I think tire saving's going to be big. in my
Yeah.
opinion. I think the restarts are going to be dangerous. I think it's easy to spin the tires.
For sure.
I think saving the rear tires is going to be pretty big. We might not have, the long runs that we used to, like green flag the whole way at Auto Club, but we might have a 25 to 30 lap run that it's going to be, pretty big to save tires. And, as long as you have something at the end, you should be all right. But I think patience is going to play a big role into it, not rush to the throttle so quick, and, really be easy on it, not abuse the rear tires as much.
It's definitely a learning curve. Les, you think you can repeat?
I think so. I think we have a good shot at it. I've won in this car before last year, so I mean it's a hard car. I think the short tracks are going to be tough, but I like the 1.5 miles. So I think it's an any man's race on the 1.5 miles. So I think it'll be pretty cool. But that's the goal.
Lutz, who's your biggest threat?
My biggest threat's probably Tate, in my opinion. I think he's going to be really good. He's always really good at the out of control cars, in my opinion. I think he's got a lot of finesse. I think Ethan's always really good. Towards the end of the year, Cameron Rich he was a dark horse. I didn't even know him. I never really ran against him, but at the end he had a great end of the season, which was really strong. So I think he'll carry some momentum into 2022, and just really all the top 5 guys. It seems like those top 5 guys are hard to beat, and if you can beat them, it's a pretty big win.
What racetracks are each of you guys looking forward to the most going forward? Lutz, I assume you probably look forward to a short track, but maybe which one is your favorite?
Oh, my favorite I look at is Lucas Oil, Iowa. Not so much Martinsville. That's a hard track with these cars. And really, I'm more excited for the 1.5 miles. In the Xfinity car, I struggled, in the beginning of the year. It might not have seemed like it to you guys, but I really put a lot of effort into being better on the 1.5 miles because I knew, the majority of the chase was 1.5 miles. So I had to really be good at 1.5 miles. But this year, I'm a lot more confident in 1.5 miles because I do have some experience in it. So I think we'll be okay. But honestly, the two of my circles are Lucas Oil and Iowa.
Awesome. You guys released some cool paint schemes. You guys want to give any shout outs to your sponsors?
Well, mine, we both kind of have the same ones, but the Batflip podcast, it's my podcast that we have on Belly Up Sports.
That's a good point. Yep.
With anything baseball related pretty much is over there. And, I was lucky to have it on Ryan's car last year. And, we made the deal to bring it back this year, and then just kind of self-promotion on my car as well. That's on mine, at least. So that's pretty much what I got.
Yeah, before you speak, Lutz, I do want to mention, forgot to mention this, Damien, with Batflip Podcast is an associate sponsor at ERSCA. He's one of the other guys that not only is a driver, he's also a sponsor. So thank you, Damien. You are an associate. And then I'm looking through the lineup here. You got Sonoma, the first road course, the only road course of the season.
The best road course in NASCAR.
We got Martinsville and Iowa. So it's going to be – those are three interesting races. I know Martinsville could be crazy. Iowa shouldn't be too bad. But just want to thank you for doing that.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be able to, have a place to race like this and a
Moving.
place that, look at you, Mike. Back with us or what?
What the hell?
No, he's still not.
No,
still got
frozen.
Still got the potato over there. But especially with that Martinsville race, we also decided to make sure that I was the replay sponsor. So if the race sponsor doesn't get enough play, the replay when we get 27 cautions should be good with it. So yeah, like I said, just thank you for giving us a place to promote ourselves.
Yep, that's what I'm here for. Mike's talking. He doesn't even know we're talking. He's just,
we're just going with it.
Well, I appreciate you guys having on. Anybody else have any questions for Damien and Lutz?
Damien didn't get to answer my question for what it's worth. Didn't get to tell us what race he's excited for.
Well, Sonoma, because not many people go to Sonoma, and it's the best road course in my opinion. I could be California biased there, but you see a lot of Watkins Glen and other road courses. So Sonoma is one, and And honestly, with this car, any of the short tracks, I think that's going to be the funnest place. I had told Johnny when he had told me that this was the thing they were doing. I told him that he better have like 85% of the schedule short tracks, or I wasn't going to sign up. And he's like, sorry to inform you, I can't do that. But there's some good amount of short tracks on there. And then
we got
Darlington.
enough.
Darlington's going to be another good one. It's a place where you have to race the track and not race the car or your competitors. And with this car alone, Darlington's are always a struggle, but then on top of the struggle of this car, it's going to be pretty fun, I think.
I want to know, before you guys go, just kind of how you're both feeling going into this season. Like, is it like a ton of excitement? Is it just kind of like, are there any nerves, or like just kind of what's your feeling going into this season?
Go ahead, Ryan.
At first, I was pissed. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I wish we did the Xfinity car again because I was really good at them. But I think the challenge is awesome. I think it's going to be something for the record book. Not a lot of leagues have them. It's an old tire model. It's an old car. There's not a lot of updates. But I think the race will be great. If there's any league that'll figure it out, it'll be us. I think a lot of these guys are really good at what they do, and I think we have plenty of talent to figure it out. The first couple of races might not be, the best racing product we've ever put out, but I think, towards the middle of the year, towards the chase, it'll be a lot better. I think the racing will be really good, and I'm excited for it. After Damien calmed me down when they first got announced, I was like, it actually will be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that, at least on my end, I don't think there's nerves. It's just more excitement of the challenge more than anything. Like, I know we're probably saying it a lot, and you're going to hear a lot more about the car, but it is a massive, massive difference from what we have ran before. So I think that's just the main excitement behind that, seeing what the racing's actually going to be like this year compared to what we've seen in the past, and even in many other leagues. Not many leagues have ran this car ever before because it was so late. By the time league racing even became a thing, really, they had already transitioned on to like the 2013, 2016 model Gen 6 car. So it's going to be interesting to see how the league basically adapts to the new car.
Yeah.
I have one final question for you guys. Are you going to miss new hotshot Emily jumping into your chat during the races?
Yeah.
She can't do that?
That's a good question.
What? Yeah, can you do that? She can just get Discord on her phone, right? And just jump in.
From podcast on her phone.
She doesn't even need to be the sideline reporter. She can just sit in the chat. I mean,
anytime it was miserable in the Apex chat, when she came in here, we all started laughing.
Especially that Michigan one. I thanked her for coming in
there.
After
you wrecked me.
Let me breathe for like 30 seconds when Emily was in the chat.
Yeah, I was freaking livid. My only DNF for the season comes from my teammate.
I loved that group dynamic last year. It was freaking awesome.
Yes. Yeah, it was.
It was a lot of fun. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming on here. Other than that, you guys all good? David, Emily, all set?
Yeah.
Where's Mike?
Oh, yeah.
Mike has disappeared.
Mike, come on.
We should probably text him, make sure he's okay.
Snowstorm finally took its toll.
Yeah, it finally did. Well, I appreciate you guys having coming on here, and we'll see you here in a couple of days with Daytona testings tomorrow, and then goes into the Clash next week.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Thanks.
Sounds good,
All right.
man. Thank
This
you.
season, guys.
Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.
Next, we're going to bring in old Kyle Hanshaw here. He's my buddy. He's actually one of the founders of ERSCA as well. Me and him, kind of thought about this idea, and we're going to bring him up here. He can talk about it right now. Yo.
Hi, Kyle.
Oh, geez.
Oh, we don't have him.
Kyle, we can't hear you.
Oh, your audio.
Hey, okay, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, cool. What's up, guys? How we doing?
How are you? You're just too excited from that Bills win, huh? Is that what's going on?
Oh,
You need to kind of figure out the audio here.
I am pumped. I was so pumped. It was a really good game. I was shocked that we scored that much, but I mean, hey, we're used to playing in that type of environment, so
There you go.
it was cool. It was cool.
Oh, and Mike's back finally.
We got Mike back.
We
Mike,
got the whole crew.
all right.
Yeah, hold on,
Dude, Mike.
Kyle. Not to cut you off. When you have the two stepbrothers in here, it screws my bandwidth up. And this same shit happened last year
With the same two guys.
So I got kicked out. So yeah, it was the two Stooges that we just brought in. I don't know what it is with their. They must have a little hamster running on the wheel. As long as we keep it at 5 people, my internet can keep up. It seems like.
There you go.
But okay, that's all. Go ahead. You guys are good. You guys have the floor.
All right.
Before
so what's up, guys?
Yeah, Hanshaw, before I brought you in here, I said that you were one of the people that, gave me the idea to start ERSCA, and we kind of worked as a team to bring ERSCA to life as a league. We've talked about this for a long time, to start a league of our own. And I know that was something you wanted to do, so you can talk a little bit about it if you wanted to.
Yeah. Well, you got me into iRacing in general. We've been doing it since, established my team in 2017, I believe. But yeah, we ran that 3-wide racing league for a little bit together, and we felt that it was time to just branch off from that and do our own thing. And we have enough knowledge between the both of us, I feel, to be able to do it. And it was a success the first year, and we're going on third year.
Year number 3, yeah. Yep.
Year number 3. So
yeah, I always say when you have a team, I mean, you gotta have, when you have a business or in this case an iRacing league, you gotta have a good team established, and I feel like we do. Not only with admins, but also with our sponsors like Mike and Brantley, Harpoon Designs. We got a lot of good partners here to make this thing work. One thing I do want to have Kyle explain is he does more than just iRacing. He's actually an official at Sharon Speedway. Kyle, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a 3/8 mile dirt track in Hartford, Ohio. Actually, Dave Blaney owns it, part owner in it.
Dave.
With the Weller family and Carilla family in the area. But my dad, he was the head flagman there, and also at 5 other racetracks in our area over the years. But his home track was Sharon, and he got me into it at a young age. I started scoring in the tower up there, and then made my way up to the flag stand and been up there ever since. I think I did the math one time between him and I. There's been Hanshaw on the flag stand at Sharon for, I think, 42 years. So that was kind of cool.
Wow,
that's awesome.
Yeah. It's a family sport for us around here, so it's pretty cool. And I've met a lot of people, in my little career there, and made a lot of friends. And it's a cool deal.
That's sweet. Well, we brought you on here to talk a little bit about the upcoming season.
Oh yeah.
This COT car is a beast. Think you can handle it?
Yes. Yeah, it's definitely it's a different animal for sure. It's going to throw a curveball in a lot of guys' programs, but I think it'll be for the better. I think it'll put on the racing that we're looking for. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll be different for sure.
Get you that first win there.
I might. I got my first top 3 last season, so never know.
Yes.
You
Love
never
it.
know. But I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I think it'll take a couple weeks or a couple months, I think, for these guys to really get a handle on the car and how to save tires, and the fuel mileage and whatnot. It's going to be, I think, different too. So, but just managing tires and trying to just control this thing off the corner on corner entry, and when you're especially around other cars, I feel like it's more sensitive when you're around other guys with the air and stuff. So it's going to be different for sure.
It's definitely going to be a challenging. And like a lot of these guys here that race in ERSCA, they have many roles. Hanshaw is an admin. He's an on-track admin. Johnny Eckert's our off-track admin. Hanshaw's on track. He's a driver. And he's also a sponsor, you see with the hoodie that he's got on with Ohio Intra. Ohio Intra has been a sponsor of ERSCA since we've started. We're good buddies with Chaz Walbert, and Hanshaw and Chaz have a really good relationship together. They actually work together. And Ohio Intra is coming on board to be an associate sponsor as well as a, let me count here, Hanshaw. You got 1, 2, 3. Got three races with us with Ohio Intra.
3 races. Yep. Yeah. So it's Chaz. Oh, I was at this other job. It was like a steel mill, but I was in the office there, and I felt it was time to move on from that. And Chaz brought me in to work with him, and it's just him and I running Ohio Intra. And they've been around since 1985. They're a steel hauling trucking company. We have 24 trucks on our fleet right now, and it's flatbed trucking. We haul big steel master coils, steel slabs, plate sheets, basically anything steel. And then, these guys, they all have, it's all owner operated. It's a family owned business. So it's a smaller company, which is nice. We have a good relationship with drivers and their families and whatnot. We look out for them. They look out for us. So it's a good little deal. And we service the Ohio, Pennsylvania, Indiana, West Virginia, and Michigan areas. So we go all over, basically over here in the northeast. So it's a good little deal.
Right. That's awesome. You guys got anything for Hanshaw?
Oh, I meant to say too, for our races we're sponsoring, we're going to have a prize give out for the winner of those events. We got some hoodies, this hoodie for sure, t-shirt, hats. So that's a cool little deal. We're doing extra for these guys.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah. And, I was going to look through here with the sponsorships. We try to cater or trying to form sponsorships around people that are involved in racing. And I'm looking through our associate sponsors, and Ohio Intra is probably one of the bigger ones that are involved in racing, not just sim racing and ERSCA, but outside in real life racing. Ohio Intra is a huge part in real life racing and dirt track racing in the Northeast Ohio region. So it's they're real prominent in there.
Yeah, Chaz Wolbert, he actually raced micro sprints and then made his way up to mod light division. And then now the past 4 years, he was racing in the Rush Sportsman Modified Series, which is big in the Northeast. And he just hung it up this past season, is moving up to big block modifieds for next season. So that's a pretty cool deal for him.
With the big boys.
Yeah, Super Dirt Series, BRP Tour. So we'll see how he does.
All right, you guys got any questions for Kyle?
What my question that I've asked everybody so far is what race are you most excited for, as a driver specifically?
As a driver, I love the plate tracks. I feel like we're really strong there.
Joke's on you. There is no plate.
Yeah.
Or wide.
That's true.
Wide open. And then not wide open.
Yeah.
And then I think the other ones, 1.5 are going to be pretty fun. I think Auto Club is going to be a blast with the different lines we'll be able to run and stuff. And
that's been a lot of fun.
I've always said to Johnny, like, I wish these cars on iRacing would be able to run the high line a little better than what they have in the past. So I think we'll be able to accomplish that this season with this car and this package. Yeah, for sure. And then I wanted to give a shout out to my other driver that I have on, this season for KHR. We're bringing back Cameron Rich in the 47 Harpoon design Toyota Camry. So happy to have him back with us. Me and Cam go back to the 3 Wide Racing days. Got affiliated with him and got to know him, and we made a good relationship, and he decided to come over with us last season for ERSCA. So, and he did so well, so we had him back again for this year.
He's gonna be a championship. He's gonna be one of the championship favorites for sure.
Yeah,
Carlos Acosta's pick every week last year that he was the producer. I expect no different this year.
Yeah, yep. My dude Carlos.
Stick with the rich. So stick with the biff.
Oh man.
Well, Hanshaw, I'll be talking to you soon. But
good,
for everybody else, you'll be seeing Hanshaw on the track and off the track as well with Ohio Entry and at Sharon Speedway. So thanks for being on there, buddy.
Yep. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Emily, by the way, on your new gig.
Thank you so much. Good luck this season. I'll be excited to watch you guys.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks, Hanshaw.
Yes, sir.
All righty, guys. Well, that's our list for the little preseason show. Now, pretty much just some predictions. I don't know if you guys want to fire off some who's going to be the favorites, who's going to win some races, who's not going to do good, what's going to happen.
This is the absolute hardest question. This is the hardest question that's been asked so far because we know so little about who's going to react well to this car and who's going to react poorly. I think the safe play is to say, well, the guys who are fast in the Xfinity car are going to, retain some speed and be competitive. But I honestly don't know. I think there's some guys that maybe ran mid-pack in that Xfinity car that are going to shoot to the front with this bigger car. And then obviously I think Lutz is just going to be, he's going to be the short track guru again.
For sure.
So
for sure.
I don't know if you guys want to give a little more detail on that, but
through our practice
prediction. Sorry.
Yeah, through our practice races, we haven't seen a whole lot of the favorites running a lot of laps, but just the people that have been putting a lot of laps into this thing. James Heater is a guy that was solid last year and that made the chase, and he has been extremely fast in these practice races, faster than anybody else. James Heater, Dylan Thomas has been extremely quick as well. So there's going to be some guys that you didn't see leading laps or up front. There were guys that were 10th to 15th. That is probably going to be contending for wins. So it's going to be fun to watch. I mean, this season is just, like David said, it's so unpredictable. Like, nobody knows what's going to happen. You're going to see guys start off the year at Daytona in the first couple races and do really good, and then they're going to be 20th to 25th at the end of the year. So it's going to be comers and goers. If you want any type of comparisons, watch racing, watch NASCAR from 2010 and 2012, because the cars are very similar to that. They haven't changed. There's no updates to them, so it's going to be interesting.
Dylan was who was on my mind there when I mentioned that. Dylan was on my mind when I mentioned that. The guy who's going to jump up to the front. He's so good on dirt tracks. I think that's going to translate to this car.
For sure. What were you going to say, Mike?
I was going to say, how are we going to have – I may be on a little delay, so I apologize. I'm just trying to get back into it. But how are we going to have a ERSCA preview show and not even talk about Crump? Does anybody how is he – what's the over-under? How many laps before he drops a couple F-bombs,
over what, 15 and a half?
So, and I know this is a totally different animal and stuff like that. But yeah. Honestly, to tell you the truth, we've ran some money leagues. Johnny, you've helped out with those and money races in the off seasons, kind of here and there. And one driver that I saw coming on at Dallas Mayan, he's run pretty significant. He usually runs pretty quick. I know this is a different kind of car, a lot of different things, a lot of different variables, but he was somebody that really piqued my interest coming into the season. Obviously, you always got to talk about Tate. They mentioned him obviously earlier, but yeah, it's definitely going to be different, a totally different car, and it takes a lot of different variables. So I'm glad I'm back on the same page with you guys.
No, Dallas is a good pick. He's actually been to a lot of these practice races, and he's been quick. So he's going to be a guy you got to watch out for. But this is just such an unknown. We don't know what we're getting into. You know, a lot of people were worried about this car, and they were thinking, well, I don't know if this is going to work. I think by now we're confident enough to where this is going to work. It's going to put on a decent show, and you're going to have guys bust their butt. I mean, there's going to be people out there that's crashing. You're going to see more cautions. You're going to see more crashes. You're going to see more people upset. Guys that spend a lot of time in the offseason getting crashed by guys that didn't spend a lot of time in the offseason doing this. So it can be a lot of drama, and that's what we like here. That's what we like here at ERSCA.
I think Damien
Like
made the move of the offseason by sponsoring the Martinsville replay brought thing, and I think that one needs to be sold more. That's the populous.
Yeah,
the best
you need to double that
there.
price tag.
Yeah, it should be a little bit more.
A
little bit more expensive. I just can't believe we didn't go over. Normally we do these shows and they just drag on, and now we're actually 55 minutes. We're on time. So
look at that.
Let's start with Emily. Emily, who's your pick to win the?
Oh gosh,
championship?
I was just thinking about that, and I feel like even the drivers are so unsure of this that it's hard to pick anybody. I'm going with Damien only because he called me the GOAT on Twitter. So I fully support that. So, and I just, if he's still listening to this, I just want to say that I'm not the broadcaster curse anymore because technically I'm not a broadcaster anymore. So I feel like it's okay for me to say Damien.
Jeez.
Well, Damien's got a lot of pressure. Mike, who's your pick? You picking me or no?
Johnny, we had a great run in Elite. I thought you were going to make it up there on the 500. We had some great sponsorships. You really had me excited. And then I saw the other day they were tweeting out where everybody finished, and I'm definitely not picking Brandon Key. I don't know how he ends up on my teams, but no, I really think that I'm going to go back to Tate. I really think I would say Tate this year, and in my sleeper, and I don't know necessarily if it is a sleeper, it would be Dallas. I think both those guys, and take nothing away from any of these guys in this league, because there's some tremendous talent, and it's awesome to see it, to be a part of that for 3 years, and really not necessarily get to know the guys, but at least on the track, consistencies and stuff like that. And a testament to kind of what you've built, Johnny. It's awesome to see these guys, but I think that's I've worked a lot with Tate. I really appreciate what he does on and off the track, and he's a great driver. And I would definitely I think I'm in his corner this year. So
Tate, my teammate, our new teammate this year, me and Johnny's. He's been awesome to race with. I love that pick. I can't believe we've gone the whole show without mentioning Ethan Burrell and Chris Wright and Nick Massey, three guys who were running for the championship last year against Tate and Ryan Lutz.
Yes.
Massey got a couple of mentions from guys that I've talked to so far as, hey, he, when it comes to saving tires, he's just good at it. And
yeah, he's really good.
This car is hard to save tire. It's going to burn really tough. So Massey's good at controlling the car on old tires anyway. I kind of like Nick Massey, original ERSCA champion, but my gut feeling is that somebody's going to surprise us that we're not expecting. Somebody who maybe a rookie, right? That's coming in, that's just going to have more experience with this, that ran a different league on it or something. Someone that I don't even know, but I would be between, Massey, Burrell, and Lutz, and I'll pick, I'll pick Massey for my official prediction.
Yeah, Massey's, like you said, is a good tire saver. I'm going with a guy that and Hanshaw's mentioned him. I think Lutz has mentioned him. A guy that I've raced with for a long, long time. It's been probably 6-7 years I've been racing with him, and that's Cameron Rich. He came on. Well, he actually won the first race, I think, at Daytona last year. Struggled in mid-season and then just kind of turned it on during the chase. And if Lutz didn't have that perfect chase, he would have been right there contending for the championship. But Cameron knows how to save tires. He's the fastest iRacer I've ever seen, on the sim, just from pure talent-wise. I don't think Cam does a whole lot of practicing, and he's extremely fast. So I'm going to go with Cameron Rich. I'm not going to pick myself because I'm actually going to be in the booth with David and Dom for a lot of these races. So if I was running the full season, I'd probably pick myself to win the championship. Why are you laughing?
You're coming off of a third place run in ERSCA. You're doing great.
Yeah. Yeah,
On a roll.
I don't put a lot of time into racing ERSCA. So this is all about giving back to the drivers, giving back to the sponsors for all the support that they put into this. And so I'm stepping away from the car for a while. I'll be at Daytona trying to get a win there, but other than that, we'll be up in the booth having some fun, David.
Absolutely.
Well, I think that's it. I just want to thank you, Emily, for coming on here. I know this may be the one and only time we see you in 2022, but hopefully we can get you back for maybe something.
Yeah,
Something.
no, thanks for having me. Honestly, like this makes me so sad. It makes me miss everyone, and sad that I'm not going to be a part of it this season. But you're doing incredible things, Johnny, with ERSCA and just how much it's grown. I just see everything on Twitter, and you just see all the hype behind it, and how you're just pushing the envelope. And I'm so excited to see, just kind of how the season unfolds and how it continues to grow. So thank you for inviting me on. And
thank you. You'll always be a part of the ERSCA family. Once somebody joins, they stay on for forever.
Awesome.
The next step is getting the San Jose Sharks on a car.
There we go. I can get behind
cool.
that. Maybe I'll start driving a Sharks car, and then I can.
That's right.
Let's go.
Get you a sim.
All right.
Well, that's it, guys. I appreciate you having on, and this is going to be a fun season. We kick off next week with the Clash, and then in 2 weeks, right? In 2 weeks? No. The week after the Clash, we do the qualifying and the duels, and the week after that, we kick off a Daytona for the 250, the big one.
Awesome. We're ready.
All righty. Well, I think that's it.
All right. Well, that's it for our preview show, our ERSCA preview show. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and all the drivers and everyone for jumping on with us today. It was good to see all of you guys, and have a good night and have a great season.
It was good seeing you.
See you.
All right. Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.
Yep. Thanks, guys.